It's a very troubling measure of nicotine,
Yes.
in my opinion. It's very confusing to the layperson. The layperson sees 5% nicotine, and most people are going to equate that with alcohol, let's say.
Yes.
Because 5% alcohol is very little. But that's not how we measure nicotine now, is it? So if you don't yet know, 5% is 50 milligram. 50 milligram is insanely strong. I've seen some studies that say your body can only absorb 36 milligrams anyway. So why it exists is entirely beyond me, apart from to addict.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see other parts of the world that have actually reduced the nicotine strength. So if you have, for example, Europe has TPD, where they've introduced a restriction on the nicotine strength, but they've also introduced the size of the tank. And they've also, part of their regulations is the liquids that are provided in Europe have to go through a certain level of reporting in terms of the testing that. But yes, I do agree that if we look at, for example, the SABS standards that have just been approved in South Africa, there's a nicotine limit there that's been suggested. And that is at 35 milligrams, irrespective of whether it's a nicotine salt or freebase. So I think the number one lesson that we want to point over, is that if you are looking at using a 2%, 20 milligram, 3%, 30 milligram, or even a 50 milligram, 5%, always use it on a device over there, one of these, passed it over here, one of these refillable pods that has a resistance of 1 or more ohms. That's the safest way to do it. And it's probably the most efficient way of vaping currently.
I'll use myself as the example. My body doesn't seem to want to be able to metabolize nic salts. So I get actually quite sick. I get headaches, heart palpitations, nausea, any touch of anxiety. It's just too strong for me. You feel it here. Whereas your freebase nicotine, depending on the strength, you feel more here. And which is why I'm, for a smoker, 12 milligram. That is going to check a box of I'm smoking something.